Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. It's 2023, and I've launched a new series that I'm calling MCU Sundays. It's the idea behind it. I've had so much fun with Star Wars Saturdays. And Star Wars Saturdays, we play different RPGs set in the Star Wars universe. Now, we're playing different, generally supers, but also sci-fi themed RPGs set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where the conceit is that it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe show that we produce. We're all Kevin Feige's, not Rich, but all of us are a writer's room who are remixing, stunt casting, having a heck of a romp, reimagining and sometimes introducing characters from comics or original characters as well. It's been great so far. We are playing Masks: A New Generation, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse game from Brendan Conway and Magpie Games. It's an excellent game. I was checking where I started tracking my plays, my RPG plays on RPG Geek 8 or so years ago. So it doesn't, it's pretty much my indie, most of my indie time I've been tracking games. So it doesn't have all of my cutting my teeth on Dungeons and Dragons second, third edition, or my obsession with Vampire the Masquerade first, second edition, Requiem. All that doesn't have any of those. But from the demarcation when I started tracking, Mask is in my top 5, maybe top 3. It's a game that I've played a heck of a lot of, and I like it a lot. And we're playing with most of the playbooks, pretty much all the basic playbooks that come with the original game, as well as some expanded playbooks and a few fan-made playbooks on offer. We have some awesome characters who have been chosen. And let's go around the horn and do a quick reminder. If you could introduce yourself and tell us a brief, if this were the splash page, although the general storytelling style is that this is a Marvel cinematic, so it's a TV show, but we'll do it as if it were a splash page, just so you have like the framework of how much to say. Let's start from the right hand side. So Patrick, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about the character you're playing.
Hi, I'm Patrick, he, him pronouns. I'm playing Wiccan, Billy Kaplan, also he, him, who's the Nova playbook, and this is Scarlet Witch's sort of child from another universe who's come over here to reconnect his family, clear their names, try and get a handle on things. And also Colossus keeps like saying nice things to him. It's sort of getting to him. But having an exciting time, using powers, having fun.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Patrick. Jason, you're up next, my friend.
Oh boy. My name is Jason. I'm playing he, him pronouns. I'm playing Colossus, also he, him pronouns. He's the big Russian we all love. He's very interested in making art, but the various team exploits seem bound and determined to get him banned from museums.
Right now, just the Guggenheim and all
just
museums associated with the Guggenheim. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a believer in doing what's right, and not being a tool, and has a lot of faith in his team.
Aw. Welcome back, Cody.
Hello. My name is Cody. I use the he, him pronouns. I'm playing just a normal guy from Asgard. Perulf. He's the outsider playbook, although I guess it sounds like he's going to be the insider this session. Hey. He has his abilities. He's got alien weaponry, stunning beauty. What more do you need to know? He's a party guy. He's here to have a good time. And he's here to have it with friends, you know? He can't wait to show him the ropes. Listen, you've never seen ice cream like what we got in New Asgard. Blow your mind. It's like a snap to the brain.
Awesome. Snap to the brain. Oh my God. Oh wow, that was great. Dang, I'm like stunned by that. Anders, please go so I could.
Yeah, I'm Anders, he, him. I'm playing Dazzler as a social media influencer. She's in a rivalry with Titania, and I'm sure nothing bad will come of that.
Indeed. So two reminders. First one reminder is that we had a cliffhanger with Titania trying to get it trending that Dazzler destroyed the Guggenheim and is a terrible person. And there are a bunch of testimonials all across several various social medias about Dazzler. There are people who have like thrown out weird accusations, like Dazzler punched me in the eye, and this person was like bruised. It's really weird. Also, a question, because I can't remember and I don't have it in my notes. Where is the Bifrosticon?
I believe that Billy has it right now.
Yeah, I think I still have that.
Because the plan was to, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all I needed to know. So we pick up. There's like MCU, right? So there's this tracking shot down the streets of New Asgard, and the camera goes along and it goes past Infinity Cones because we have to see Infinity Cones, which is the glove holding an ice cream cone. A snap to the brain, it actually says in the window now, because it's so good that we have to use it. We actually got like a gopher to like go make the sign so they could stick it in, reshot that. They talked about CGIing it in, but they decided, physical stuff. Then just past Infinity Cones, we see that there's this like longhouse. It's a beer hall, and it says the Warriors 3 beer hall. Originally, they were going to name it Volstags, but then they felt, the other two guys probably should be included in this memorial / place to drink a lot of alcohol, as Guardian Mead is. So we go through the door. We're past this long line with people who are holding the little like buzz to tell me if my table's ready, except they're all hammers, like Mjolnir hammers with the lights that light up. And there are a bunch of people who, like, there's a kid who's got the blow up Thor helmet on, and we go past all of the touristy stuff. And there are some Asgardians who are sprinkled in. It is a mead hall. And a lot of it, yes. Sorry, it's another chat thing. When it goes off, you are worthy of good service. So good. So good. You guys are the best. So it has the tracking shot goes in. We see a few people who are dressed in more traditional Asgardian stuff, but all of the servers are dressed in a lot more fanciful. Like all the guys have the big Brad's things on their jackets, right? And there's singing going on, a lot of drunken singing. And we see a few Sicarians, like weird aliens, right? Because even though we don't see that in Love and Thunder, because, I don't know, budget, because 200 million was like not enough money to have aliens in the middle of New Asgard, but that's fine. I don't care. Missed opportunities, all I'm saying. I guess more time for Cork. But we see a few weird Sicarian aliens who are there, and one's got this weird proboscis mouth and is eating some like odd eels and beetle things that are just quite odd and weird. And you see like this kid like looking away, doing the Drake, like, oh god, that's gross. And then we come to see Colossus, Wiccan, and Dazzler. Now, Dazzler, there are a lot of people who've recognized you here. Are you welcoming them in, or have you tried to keep, after your celebration, are you just trying to have a nice meal with your two compatriots here?
I think I'm holding court a little bit, like pulling them in and taking selfies and doing the whole thing, playing to the audience a bit, telling stories,
Nice.
trying to pull in Wiccan and Colossus to like show how we're buddies much more than we usually are. So yeah.
Nice. And then Wiccan, you're sitting like right beside Colossus, and we noticed that maybe you're sitting just like a little closer to Colossus. What is it that Wiccan's doing here at the mead hall? Are you trying to get drunk? Because New Asgard, there's no minimum legal age for drinking. It's caused controversy among the other countries around, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, I talked last time about how Torolf had really talked up the mead, so Billy is wanting to try some of the mead, and just like the more he sort of like blushes or gets uncomfortable around Colossus, the more mead he drinks, so the more his face flushes and the more awkward he gets, so he drinks some more mead, and it's going to be a bad cycle.
Nice. What about Colossus? How are you taking this in? You're kind of on mission, but not? Like, what's Colossus up to here?
So I think our first question is like how to get to Helheim. That's so I'm kind of waiting to talk to the various knowledgeable people here, or for Billy to figure it out with the thing. Right now we're in a holding pattern and there's all these cameras, and Colossus is extremely uncomfortable about that. It is very stiff in front of the cameras, so like people are friendly and he's like, yes, I too am friendly, but it's he just doesn't really know how to work those things, and presumably because Dazzler wants it to be part of the show, they're heroed up, so he's just he's more or less a very stiff metal statue, and would rather get back to the heroing part of the journey.
Nice. I like that. Cool. So Torolf, how is it that you get to New Asgard to arrive on the scene right now? You've done it. There's no die roll. There's no trials other than what you tell them, which can be true or not true. It's really up to you.
Yeah, no, I think total he has a magical ship, of course. It's
sure.
his boat. It's it folds up into a piece of paper, and he maybe took off with it when he shouldn't have. So he sails it through the skies to a nearby island, folds it up, and then swims across to New Asgard, so people don't know he has it. At least the people back home. So he's walking the streets a little wet, a little chilly, but he's just like, that's right, I've come home. Torolf is back, and I will be worthy of your honors soon, my people.
Nice. So you greet a few people, and one of your cousins, Torolf, who has this beautiful, lustrous, blonde beard, huge, stout guy. He sees you, and he calls for Torbjorn and Torvald, and they all come and they're like clap you around the back and give you a couple of hearty hugs. And hey, are you here for your friends? Your friends, they're in the mead hall, and they are kind of pulling you and asking you, oh, the museum, what did it do to offend you?
Well, that's a great story. I'm glad you asked. The museum actually didn't do much to offend me, but it was more it confused my mind a little bit. The art was dangerous. Have you ever heard of dangerous art? I
dangerous
hadn't,
art.
not until I went on a journey. An adventurer I am, like you, like Thor.
Hey, I think they laugh, right? But we get that Torolf isn't super bought in, but he's not going to call you on it moment. Like the camera catches his face, and they say, the rest of your team, they captured Amora. She's imprisoned, shackled even. King Brunhild is not sure what to do with her, but perhaps you can talk to your friends, and we really don't want Amora around. The Enchantress bewitches men. Us being men.
It's true. we're all men here. Why do we not? She is his guardian, though. She can't stick around. I mean, open up a shop, do some tarot card readings. Why not?
Torvald says, she's always trying to take over. She's just
Who isn't?
too much. No, she's too much. She really doesn't fit with the new Asgardian ways. We're trying to make it work, as it were. And he like stops and puts his arm around a little girl, and they like take a selfie. And then Torvald comes back and says, plus she's too hot. We always fight over her.
Aye, cousin. Too hot indeed. All right, I'll speak to my team. We'll take care of her.
Nice. And you see your team, and as you pass by, we get like this brief cameo of Sif, who has a Asgardian metal arm now.
Sick.
And she raises a mug of mead to you, Torolf, as you pass by. Oh, young one, it's good to see you back. I guess you failed already. That's okay.
Sif saw me. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I run to the table with my allies and put the hand up as if I'm not being seen. You know, the classic. Hello, friends, allies. Billy, it's good to see you. Hello, Dazzler.
Sure.
And Colossus always.
Did you take the subway here?
If I said yes, would that be an acceptable answer?
You'll have to show me that line sometime.
Would raise
What?
some questions. Hello, fellow hero, who is a part of our team, the Vanguard.
That's right. The Vanguard, that's us.
That
Look everyone, it's Torolf! And I'm like live streaming.
And there are like 5 phones pointed at all of you guys right now. Kids like recording every moment of the interaction, the unfettered access to the team.
Pearl turns and waves meekly. Oh, hello. Hello, Internet. Good to see you all.
could we possibly go anywhere else?
Where else would you want to go? You found the best mead hall in New Asgard. The Three Warriors, named after Hogun, Fandral, and Volstagg, heroes of old. Have you heard of them?
Yes.
Oh, yes, the mascots are here. Well, it's a wonderful place.
You're right about the mead too. It's very like rotten honey, but in a good way.
I've been called rotten honey myself by many a maid.
There's a quick camera pan to this girl named Hilda, and like a little readout of Hilda, ex-girlfriend of Torolf.
But perhaps, yes, maybe we should find different environs.
We could go and talk to the leaders. We've been here a moment.
You want to talk to the king?
Yes.
So wait, we're not doing the flying swan boat ride?
If we could, I think the time might be a factor.
I'm just saying because they're like really big swans.
They're huge, absolutely massive. And to be honest, you don't want to be on their bad side. Swans are mean.
Colossus is going to, at this point, lift up his right hand, and there's a huge, gnarly, evil-looking axe. He goes, I would like to no longer have to carry this. Could we do the swan boat thing after?
Okay, but you have to promise.
Sure.
Awesome. So a snap, like a smash cut to you guys. Where do you want our next scene in New Asgard to take place? Are you actually going to see King Brunhild? Do you want to be out near the lake with the huge cruise liners looming above you? Are you near where the Mjolnir like display was before Mighty Thor took it back? Where do you want to be?
Jason is open to other things. Colossus would prefer to talk to the king and advance things, but we'll in this
You're perfectly happy
of,
to. And
yeah,
the other thing is, like, you could talk to
uncomfortableness.
Torolf too. Like,
No,
if you,
yeah,
he doesn't
if-
really know where you're after.
yeah, I just didn't want to do that in front of the cameras, to be honest.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah.
that's why this scene
Yeah.
we smash cut to
Sure,
a place where you can talk not in
wherever
front of
people want to
cameras.
go.
It's like the it's a row of houses, but it's like the backside of Disneyland or the backside of like a Ren Fair where it's all half finished. So it's not on you know on
It's like an
not
old
live.
West town. It's just the
Yeah,
front
exactly.
facing.
What is it? What do you want? The mead was great.
Well, I have a cursed axe
That's cool.
that
It's cool to
no,
have
it's
cursed
not
weapons.
cool. It is not cool.
It's like really cursed though, like really, really cursed.
And
It really right now it wants to kill you.
Kill me.
Well, more or
You
less.
could try, Colossus.
I mean, it wants to kill more or less everyone, to be honest. But
Well, Colossus, please don't kill him. No.
I'm not. I wasn't. Look, it's Pluto's X, right? Hela wants it and is holding Scourge hostage, which is why Enchantress was going for the axe. Billy made a very convincing argument that we are heroes and we should rescue Scourge. I've agreed. I don't really know how to get to Helheim or what to do about a cursed axe. But we are in your country now, so I'm sure that you and your people can help us out. After all, they took Amora for us, and we appreciate that.
Yes, and about that, actually, a couple of things. They're not as happy to have Amora back as you might think. So perhaps we could speak to the king, and maybe you know, for a little bit of this, she can give us a little bit of that. Where did you get the axe? I must have taken the wrong train to get to New Asgard because I missed all of that.
It was hidden inside of a Greek sculpture.
It
More
was in the museum. We got it before everything fell down again.
Okay, right. Well, you sure it's not pretty cool? It hasn't really given you a whole new angle?
I am positive that I would prefer to never see it again.
Okay, well, I've heard Dazzler talk about, she always says these things like rebranding, like it's a thing you should do every now and again. But if it's cursed, it's cursed. You don't want it, you don't want it. I'll take it. Do you need me to hold it for a while?
I will tell you what. So Colossus is, first of all, so like he doesn't want to hold it. It has no interest. You could always try to make a move on me, though, if you wanted to try to provoke me.
Yeah. Do you want to provoke Colossus into giving up the power? Hey, he's Torolf's Asgardian. Maybe it makes sense.
I don't know if I think yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make it.
Awesome.
Let's push it forward. All right. What am I doing?
You're going to provoke someone susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do, and roll plus superior. We already know what you're trying to get them to do. Give me the cool axe. And you roll superior, which is 1 for you.
All right. So 2d6 plus 1.
But first, do you have influence over Colossus?
Yeah, he does.
Because if you do, that gives you an additional +1.
Ooh,
that's true.
Wonderful. This I'm gonna regret this. I can already feel it. Yeah.
What
So
could go wrong?
all right. So let's see here. A 5. So Torolf is just like, come on, give me the axe, maybe. I won't do nothing. I won't do nothing bad with it.
Oh, by the
Just
way,
looks
just to circle back around, to get the +1, Oh, you always get a +1, but you can get an additional +1 if you surrender the influence. Okay, yeah, that's the differentiation.
Oh, I see.
So you're going to turn it into a +2 if you give up the influence. So like really pushing it. But you didn't push any of it. Hey, the good news is please mark potential. That is the best news. And so I get a move, and
Yeah.
I think this is what happens. So Toro, if you're having this conversation, Colossus, you're there, and the axe, it starts to move. It like becomes incredibly heavy. You're still in Colossus mode, so you're able to hold it up, but it doesn't want to be held by you anymore because you're not killing anyone. So you realize now at this point, the axe is angry. It now has the angry condition marked, and it's just going to be so heavy that you can't carry it unless you are Colossus. The axe has the playbook, yes.
That is awesome. Yeah. This just like Colossus, like there's a sort dip as it gains a little weight, and he kind of looks down at his arm, and then he looks back over at Toro and goes, I don't think that's a good idea.
No, hand him over. Hand me over. Torf will kill more people. You are a weakling. You won't kill anyone. You should kill someone. Kill some of those tourists.
We should.
They won't film you if you kill them.
See the king. Quickly.
All right, you're not going to use the axe. I won't use the axe. No one's going to use the axe. It's made for it. It's just what it's made for. We'll go talk to the king. We'll see what she can do about this.
Nice. Another smash cut, and you guys went from the like dim outside with the sound of the cruise liners in the background of your conversation, like your walk and talk, to smash cut to brightly lit Brunhild's meeting room. I'm imagining the like long house that was used in Love and Thunder, where Brunhild would have a lot of meetings, and King Brunhild is their Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson. Because we have unlimited budget here, friends, so we could just do that thing. And she's there with Meek, the weird alien creature guy. She's currently like writing things on the whiteboard as Brunhild's having a conversation with a few people. You guys have been let in. She turns, she sees you, Torolf, but then she sees you, Dazzler, and she pauses. Allison Blair, and Colossus, and I don't know you, and I don't know you, and she points to Torolf. I don't know you, she said, but you look like a countryman. It's late. What's wrong?
Well, Torolf was gonna do this whole like badass rebranding of his entire character and maybe like a new axe themed outfit, but Colossus was like, no.
It's true.
Oh no, it's fine. It's we got that aroma woman. We got her here. She's in prison here now. Now we
She does smell
need
nice.
to get rid of the glucose axe, so we can get what's his name? Kurt Scott. Some guy who's trapped in hell or something.
We're looking to go to Helheim and rescue Scourge and hopefully get rid of this axe. Please, thank you.
Yes, that.
Pause. Going to Helheim, I understand.
Okay.
Rescuing Scourge, the executioner?
Yes.
I think he's in Valhalla. He did save us at the end. He was a complete asshole until the very end when he did the, I guess it would have been a face turn. Yes, a face turn. That's a wrestling term I learned.
Wrestling's big in New Asgard these days. Have you heard of AEW?
She says, we're actually working on some cross promotional stuff we've got a new Asgardian league that may be starting up, but
Oh my
unfortunately,
god, have you met Orange Cassidy?
not
Alright,
yet, but on my
hold
short
on.
list.
Let me hold on. Colossus goes over to Meeks and goes, "Can I with the dry erase?"
Yeah.
All right.
Squeaks
So-
a few times and then hands you the diaries.
So we were at the Guggenheim, quick. And then within the Guggenheim, there was a sculpture looked like this. It's not the best representation of the work, in all honesty. But within it was Pluto's axe, which eventually the enchantress informed us. This enchantress right here.
That doesn't look anything like her. The enchantress, I mean. You should. She's
You're
not
blinded by her magic, young one. That's pretty accurate. Go on.
Right. So she informed us that Hela was blackmailing her for this axe and was holding Scourge hostage to achieve that. And she was either going to trade the axe for Scourge's life or attack Hela with it. All right, let me erase this part and put a helmet over top of Enchantress. So we captured her. But then, as a result of a spell, she was either going to be disintegrated, or we could follow her through a portal and arrive here in your lovely country, which seems an ideal place to find travel and some support in our endeavors. And that brings us here, and there's the ice cream and your lovely mead.
Oh, the mead was very good.
Oh, thanks. It's trade secret on the recipe. This sounds like a terrible idea, friends.
But you weren't there. You didn't see. Like, she was very, very sad. Like, really sad.
She did
She
not
kept
have
saying all these things about her eternal lost love, and well, we're heroes and stuff.
All right. I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I just want to make sure you understand.
I'm just I said it better earlier. I don't know. I can't remember.
See, Helheim was the prison for Hela before she came to Asgard. Now that Surtur destroyed Asgard, the place, she's been
Not the
pulled
people.
back into Helheim, not the people. Good.
We say that a lot around
Whatever your name is, kid.
It's Durulf. That's why.
This is Torulf. He is a valuable member of the team.
Are you related to Torvald?
He's my cousin. Yes, we're cousins.
Yeah, we like Torvald here. She looks over to
Oh.
Meek, and Meek squeaks happily. We like Torvald.
He's
Torbjorn too.
good. He's also my cousin. He's also
They've never
good people.
mentioned you.
No,
Hmm.
that's odd. I'm the strongest of us, being the youngest and fittest, of course.
Not sure how that works. That it works quite that way. Torolf. Is this like a Thor thing that your whole family has? I've always wanted to ask. And
Yeah, yes, I believe he saved our grandfather, and well, it's everyone's name since. It makes sense, right? I mean, who am I to blame?
Rich,
that's
I got
fine.
a
Abdicated
question
his
for
leadership.
you.
Yeah. What's the question?
So the king here is not Shield. That being said, do you want me to roll to try to get additional resources, equipment, or information? Because she is a governmental authority.
I think that's amazing, and I'm really curious to see how this goes.
All right. Let's find out. It went so well last time. This time I will remember to put dice in the dice pool.
It does help.
Hey, 10.
Hey, nice. Okay, what happens on a 10 when you?
The resources are highly classified or experimental. Take +1 ongoing to deploying them throughout the mission.
Oh, that's amazing. I see it. I see it. Oh, that's awesome. She says,
Yeah, last time I rolled a 3, so I'm happy about this.
well, Torov, uh, I'm surprised that you haven't already told them about Garm.
Well, what's there to say? Giant wolf? What? I mean, it's just a thing. It's just a creature, a beast.
Well, I mean, it's the guardian of hell in the classic mythology.
Right. Well, to be clear, you just told me you want to go to hell. This is the first I'm hearing of it, really. So, had you said this to me in the alleyway, I would have told you, well, there's Garm. But now that I'm hearing it, that would be a problem if we were to be on Garm's bad side.
Sif's been to Helheim before. I'll send her with you. You obviously need help.
Sif, the lady, the it's great to be brushing up with my equals in Asgard. It'll be good.
She does the like really equals. She doesn't call you on it.
I'm gonna keep pushing mechanics at you, Rich.
Yeah.
Unless she's trying to shift some labels. I'm just gonna take the help on that.
Oh yeah, she's not trying to push any labels on you.
Okay.
I think she might be trying to tell you how the world works, though. There, Torolf. She does not think you are being quite. Yeah, she's gonna push your superior. You're just not being superior enough, normal guy from Asgard.
So pushing superior means what to me?
So what she's doing is she's an adult, so she already has influence over you. She's telling you how the world works, which is, hey, we need to go do crazy stuff. Go be a superior Asgardian. You're not measuring up, in my opinion. Therefore, she's gonna shift your labels, move your superior up one, and your mundane down one, unless you want to reject her influence by speaking out against that.
No, that's Totolf agrees. It is only right that an Asgardian stands side by side with the Lady Thif, with her new arm. Sorry, I did have a little bit of mead, and take the vanguard down to Helheim, where we'll
get me
wrestle.
some mead.
You're not listening anymore.
No, I mentioned meat. I'm sorry. I'm mostly interested. So listen, Sif's got an experimental new Asgardian arm. We tried to take some of the borrow. We were inspired by some of the Wakandan schematics. It's not fully tested. There could be some problems. So you get Sif and full report. Colossus can count on you to help me out with that.
Absolutely. It's a full report and accounting of things, complete with a spreadsheet, and we will do that.
We like spreadsheets.
Yes.
Makes squeaking happy noises.
Meek would love Google Sheets. He's a sick animal.
Yes. Yes. Okay, awesome. Well, then, if you're okay with my interpretation of a high tech that gives you a +1, it will be the Warrior Sith. Is that cool?
That's cool.
Awesome.
I've made a spreadsheet of the team. It's color coded. Dazzler is in red. There's a thing you can do where, like, you put in.
Make hot pink. Like, is that an option?
I think we could put in something. But you put in like a link for an image, and it appears.
What image did you put in of me?
Well, there weren't very many, but I found one that's called Young Thor, and so it's kind of a stand-in. For
I don't
now.
hate it.
For now,
Isn't that actually Thor though?
Well, yes, but I some say spitting image of our great former king was old Torolf here. Yeah, it's true. A lot of people saying it. A lot of people.
Who says that?
A lot of Asgardians. Ask around. Look at Dazzler's Instagram. That's what I'll say. You'll find 1, new pictures of me, and 2, a lot of people saying I look a lot like Thor. I'm not here to argue. It's what the people say.
You, I mean,
want.
I did use young for a reason. You do have a resemblance, but I would say you have strength and abilities that are all your own.
That's
Mhm.
very nice of you, Colossus. We should go to get Lady Sif and continue our quest to be rid of this hellacious axe.
That would be good.
I'm
name for
still a
band.
little concerned about giving that axe to Hela.
Oh, I wasn't going to give it to her. I just haven't figured out what to do with it yet. I don't believe I can break it easily. And
I've got a vault.
He's technically Greek.
Mm-hmm.
But
Huh.
weren't we supposed to trade the glucose axe for
Oh no, I was never going to give it to Hela. I do not trust somebody who summons swords from nowhere and kills massive amounts of people to wield this axe. No. You know what? I can't handle repatriation anyway. You can talk to the Greeks about recovering the axe.
I am duty bound
I-
to make sure that the Greeks are aware that we have one of their ancient relics. I'll
That's
work
good.
on that. You
Yes.
can leave the axe here,
But
so you don't carry it
Counterpart.
into Helheim, because I think
I-
that's a bad idea.
I agree. That is, I kind of surprised I was going to do that, actually. Yeah, no, let's put this in the vault.
But if I might be so bold as to offer a counter stratagem, would not taking a hell axe into Helheim be really the best place for it? I don't have an axe to fight hell. Does anyone
towards-
else here?
Young Thor, I understand your desires, but it's like a portable hole into a. It's fine. It's a D&D reference. Let's just leave the axe here. We'll sit on it. Get it back
Don't
to the
sit on it.
Greeks.
You shouldn't do that. That could cut yourself.
God. Do you play? I have like a 15th level warlock character. We can go, man.
Oh, that's 5e shit, right? I'm sorry. I'm OSR.
Okay, I was afraid you were going to say fourth ed for a second. I was like, whoa.
What are
Sorry,
we
I've got other board games I enjoy more. Thank you.
Wait, are you? What are we talking about?
I'm sorry.
No,
is
it's cool.
everyone here
Multiversal
a nerd
stuff.
Now?
Wait, does that make you less interested in me, Allison? Because if so, I never touch
What are
this
you-
stuff.
I'm so confused right now.
I just know it's something they do on the on some of the other channels, and people keep linking to it, and I don't get it. It's just there.
You know,
It's like
second season of
made up-
Vox Machina is much cooler. It's like a little more serious. It's
Why
listen, Allison, I don't believe what they're saying about you. I just want you to know that. The hashtags that don't even pay attention to it. So you guys are going to Helheim. You want to go and deal with Garm. Sif can help you out there. Good luck in Helheim. Hela's going to be, well, sorry for she's going to be hella pissed right now since she was free and then got sucked back in. Not that we care, but you're going to care. So best of luck to you. And yeah, you guys can go.
Take it. Right.
I mean, Dazzler, you can come back later and we can talk. But for now, you guys should go.
Your Majesty, is that? Do you want me, or is it
I like that. I mean, if you're interested in it.
cool? Cool. See you later, then, Your Majesty.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like. Great. Okay. Portable
And-
hole.
Sweet. So if you guys are cool, let's take like a 5-minute little bio break here, and then we'll pick back up with you guys about to head to Helheim. We'll figure out how you're actually going to travel, if it's by Frosticon or by Swan or whatever. So we'll take 5. So we return to our heroes exiting King Brunhild's meeting hall. Sif comes staggering out of the Warriors 3 meat hall, and she has her Asgardian arm. I think it's got to be golden, right? We've got to like lean into the whole Walt Simonson gold stuff. So she probably has stuff over top of it, but if just like how how Winter Soldier had the very cool Wakandan style, hers is like a golden arm. And it was the left arm, if I remember correctly, that she lost in Love and Thunder. Is that right? Correct? Is that correct? That's a very confusing wave task. Okay. So Sif has been given, unless you want to inform Sif that she's going to Helheim, she says, so we're going to Helheim again. Good. Great. Let's go.
I mean, are we like Colossus, Peter? I thought we were just saying that we were doing this, and then kind of, yeah, we go here, we do some, enjoy the attractions, and then we can say that, oops, no, we couldn't get this grumpy guy back because he's in hell or whatever.
What,
Dazzler, I want
you
you
were
to...
lying, Colossus?
No, I was not. Dazzler, close your eyes for a moment. Right? Close your eyes. It's okay. Now, imagine for a moment the album cover.
The what?
The album cover.
What's
The
that?
thing you put on, it's on the front of your music. The poster of
You show me
Spotify
your
page.
phone.
Spotify
It has
page.
Dazzler breaking
photo
into
albums.
or out of hell. You see that image in your head?
No, I've never
You
heard of
don't
that.
see that image. You'll never seen Bat Out of Hell.
Is this a comics thing?
You are
Because I know
killing me
about
right
Batman,
now.
but-
You
What?
are
No,
killing
it's
me
it's
right
it's
now.
meatloaf.
That's food.
Oh,
Sif comes over and like puts an arm around you, Torolf, and just guffaws. Like she is happy drunk right now. And that is a great joke.
Lady Sif, my friend, ally. Sure.
We're allies in this. Indeed.
Yeah.
We're going to Helheim.
Adventuring companions, you might say.
Great.
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 Where do we go now?
Good question. Now I have he looks around, making sure no tourists are too close, and Dazzler's not currently live streaming. I have a ship.
Is Dazzler live streaming?
No. I mean,
Okay.
right now, and I think even from the conversation with Brunhilde, whenever she's not involved in the conversation, she's on her phone and like checking her mentions and responding to things and dunking on Titania. It's like, but then she jumps back in. And then she
Is
checks
there a role for cyber fighting Titania? Is there a role for that?
We actually did one last time, and Dazzler
I
got like
lost the
12. So
I have a
I
ship.
can't hear anything. I log out and log in.
Oh no.
No, now I can hear you.
Yeah, I think we all just went
yay.
silent.
Weird.
I have a ship that it can fly. It can take us through the ether, the air, and whatnot. But getting between the realms is difficult. That I don't know how we will do. You used to do that through the Bifrost, which like this guy Heimdall, man, he was so jacked.
well,
He
we
was
do
huge.
have this magic book.
Oh,
yeah,
Yep, I have a magic book.
It's the Bifrosticon.
I think it's by Frusticon.
By Frusticon. Yeah.
I believe it's the Bifrost icon. Obviously, it's the same word, Bifrost. Come on,
Oh, okay, that sort of makes sense.
read a book. I've done it. Not a big deal.
Hey, take it easy, kid. This Wiccan's he's got a Bifrosticon. Bifrosticon. I like Bifrosticon. It makes me happy.
Sounds like something from...
Oh wait, is your ship like you don't have the goats, do you, Torolf?
I don't have the goats. No, Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder.
Ooh,
All
that
great, wonderful
they
steeds.
are annoying. And for a moment they're funny, and then they're annoying, and then annoying is funny, but then they're just annoying. And they're
Lady
more
Sif,
annoying
this
than they are
doesn't sound
funny.
like you. This
It
sounds
sort
like
of circles
someone
back
else.
around.
Maybe. Is this a big enough boat for me to sleep somewhere?
You could lay down. Yeah, you certainly
What?
might be tight. It's not the largest boat. It's not a long boat. It's a bit of a
Dude,
what?
Right.
No,
let's
just be cool, man.
Let's open the boat and we'll use the Bifrost and we'll go to Helheim.
Sounds normal to me. Let's do it.
Awesome. Sweet. So with the Bifrosticon, you have the possibility to travel to Helheim. That said, I'm really interested in, and I haven't been giving you conditions. I apologize. I'm so bad at just like throwing conditions at people to make your charge up better. But I want to see you.
I still got a couple.
I want to see you unleash your powers in order to open a Bifrost bridge to Helheim.
All right. I have
Does Wicked need to power up for that or just roll freak?
Well, that's which way?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you have a flare that does that, so it may just be unleash.
No, my moving flare is really just for me and not for places that I haven't been before. But I do have a +1 forward from our celebration last time, and I have a 2 in freak. So
just to be clear, you guys are headed to a place called, and I'll type it in chat, Nippa Cave, so that you can get to Helheim. Nippa Cave is like the doorway, the gateway to Helheim.
Sick. Let's go there.
oh yeah, that's a 14.
Wow. You do not get potential. That is mighty fine.
So what's Total's ship like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about the ship.
The ship, I'd love to tell you about the Skith Blathnir, is probably how it's said in your tongue. We Asgardians, it rolls a little bit differently. It is a small boat that I can, I can fold it right up and put it here in my pocket, like a cloth. So it's like a piece of like a sail or something, and then you unfold it, and then it keeps unfolding into a large boat that is made of paper, made of cloth.
That's
I
awesome.
used to make those when I was a kid. My uncle showed me how to.
Not like this, Allison. Not like this. Check out my ride. I think Toral's trying to, really be really cool. Like, yes, that's right. I have my own magic ride, not unlike a car that you teenagers sometimes get. It's a flying boat. Pretty cool.
It's not bad, Sif says as she hoists herself on board.
Dad.
Why have we been riding around in a van? We should travel this way all the time.
Well, I mean, like, it'd be sort of inconvenient if it was raining, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
true. That it does get inconvenient when it rains. That's basically the only negative. Also, the van, you can put a sick mural on the side. I don't have that on the boat. You can put whatever you want on the side. You fold it up, it's
Wait.
going to disappear. Magic.
I'm allowed to decorate the van?
It's your van, isn't it? Whose van is it? I didn't buy it.
It belongs to Shield, but if I can decorate it, plain
Sounds
white
like it's your
van.
van, Colossus.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's your van.
All right then.
Cool. So Wiccan, as you're starting to read the Bifrosticon, you get a text from your Aunt Agatha asking, Billy, are you going to be able to make it home for a little bit? I get the feeling you're around.
Hold on, guys. I gotta like awkwardly look for someone to put down the super magic book and pull out his phone and start to. Sorry, Aunt Agatha. On a mission. We'll be back later. Probably not going to get lost between the dimensions. Don't worry. Haha. Lol.
Tell her I say hi.
Oh, Toro says hi.
Oh, nice. You're with Toro. That's great. Be careful, honey. I worry about you.
That's sweet, but it's Colossus is here. We'll be fine.
All right.
No,
Toodles.
no.
And then I think I'll do a like, all right, everybody smile, wave it on Agatha. Take like a selfie picture of all of us piled in the boat. Yes, perfect.
Hold on, let me get a pump first. There we go. It's what the ladies are here for. Let's actually, it's the bicep here. You see this? It's buys for the guys, and lats for the. I guess I don't have a good rhyme for that.
Dude, that's
Listen,
my
we all
aunt.
admire my stunning beauty, and we all agree. Something for everyone.
Sif is moved to the back of the boat, the aft, and she's sipping some mead because, yeah, better to forget. Sweet. Yeah, I think she says, "Oh, those are great. You guys are cute, adorable. Good luck." And yeah.
So yeah, Billy will pull the book back up, open it up. It's floating and glowing white in front of him. He begins reading, and his speech bubble turns into like strange symbols flowing off the page, sort of thing.
Oh yes, I love it.
As he like floats up in slightly above in the front of the boat. His cape all billowing behind him looks so badass. It's super badass. And then
Yes.
just this like big like Starfield pentagram and circle portal like flares to life in front of the boat. And there's like a pause, and he looks behind. And he's like, "Turtle, it's you have to make it go."
Oh yes, and just really quick, this is where Gom lives, so watch out. And then I makes the boat go through the portal.
Sweet. Boom. You guys go through. The sound mixer mixes in the wah woo sound effect from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon beginning. Just as an Easter egg for people. It like blows up on the internet with people. I know that sound effect, and where's that from? And there's a whole Reddit thread about it. It's great. Then you travel through on the Bifrost. You travel until you end up at. Do we want to have like? Do you guys want a travel scene where you guys can chat, or are you good with me just like slam banging you straight to Nipa Cave?
You know, I kind of love both those options, but
I
we've
know,
had a lot
that's
of
what-
talking. Let's just go for it.
Yeah, hey, Rich, just go ahead and slam bang us, all right?
Slam bang time. Slam bang to Nipple Cave. All right. So boom, you snap forward. We have a couple of scenes that end up cut from. They're on the Blu-ray, but they're not in the actual release. And boom, snap. You end up not snap. Sorry, sorry. I know that's a 4-letter word. Here, I apologize, friends. The MCU, that is not a joke. So Slam bang to Nipple Cave remastered is the best. Boom. The boat comes out of another huge CGI explosion of color and light and rainbows, and it kind of glides along a bit of rock, and inside you see Nippa Cave, and we do the camera effect to show the scale, right? The 5 of you get off of the boat, and the boat is this tiny thing, and the cave is this humongous mouth leading towards Helheim, the place of the dead. And I want to know who's in the front as you enter this cave.
I am 100% in the front as we enter this cave.
Ooh, Dazzler, unfortunately, you have no signal. There's no signal in Helheim or its periphery. No bars.
Well, I guess I'll just have to record it and post it later then, like a Stone Age person.
Nice. I think Sif, like as Colossus is taking the front, Sif will hang back and say, "Are the phone that you have?
Yeah.
You seem quite fascinated with it."
Well, it's not the it's how I keep in touch with my fans.
About your team.
Sorry, what?
How do you
Yeah,
stay in touch with your team?
well, they're here. I can talk to them
But you aren't.
when I need to.
You don't need to talk to them before you walk into Helheim, the land of the dead ruled by Hela.
I don't know if there's anything we need to know, like Colossus will tell us, or Torulf maybe, if it's something Asgardian-like, or if it's magic, Wiccan Billy will say something.
She puts her golden arm around your shoulder and says, Sister, I think you need to be less of a guest star in your own life. She's telling you how the world works. And
Yeah,
she is
yeah.
she is going to use her influence over you
Mhm.
to push your mundane up and lower your superior.
Oof.
Do you want to reject her influence?
Yeah, I do. But I need
Awesome.
to roll first before I know how that turns out.
When you reject someone's influence, roll. On a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out.
And did I understand earlier you're allowed to help on this?
That is a great question. I think yes, because I think that's interesting to see.
Okay.
But of course, they have to be willing to get help.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how does help work in Masks? I don't remember.
That is a great question. The way that help works is that the player who wants to help you spins a team, and they give you a +1.
Oh, right. And that you can do that after the roll, right?
Yeah, we've played it that you can do it after the roll.
Yeah. So I roll, and I get a 3. So no help is going to help me here. That's terrible.
So the good news is you get to mark potential.
Woohoo!
It hits you hard. Like Sif has just given you the straight dope, and you get to mark a condition. And she also is manipulating your label, so you're now at a 0-0 for superior and mundane.
Yeah. I am definitely insecure now.
Nice, that's perfect. I think the game, maybe I can't remember if it's clearly stated if the GM's expected to give the conditions, but I love letting a player say, "Oh yeah, this is how I think my character takes a condition as a reaction." I've always
if you think it's something different than I.
No, I love it. That was not a critique. That was a wholehearted yes. Love it. So yeah, you're a 0-0 superior mundane, and now you are a little insecure.
Yeah, and
the camera will capture that, right?
Yeah. I think Dazzler she's ooh. Yeah, I think Sif is pointing her at that the teammates she has here, those are people who could be her real friends, but she hasn't really she hasn't hooked into that. She's just seen them as these are some people I'm working with, and then I'll move on to bigger and better things. But yeah. So she kind of I don't think she really says anything. It's just she looks at her phone and she kind of puts it away and like closes up with Burulf instead, like kind of shrugs Sif's arm off and yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. We come back to shot looking over Colossus's shoulder as you walk into Nippa Cave, and once you cross the boundary, like that little penumbra from the exterior to the interior, we immediately have a sound, like a bed of sound of this kind of burning, like a roaring flame in the background. It's very bright here. from flames that you can't directly see, but their heat and their warmth and their light wash all over this titanic cave. And right in the middle of that cave, you see this humongous, but let me share a picture. This is a picture of Garm, and person 4 scale. You see Garm, this humongous chain. Beyond Garm is this flaming portal to the next place, to Helheim itself. This is that limbo-like space, this liminal between area, and Garm, she sits there, but like there's this huge heavy percussive and bass, as well as like saxophone and a lot of heavy sounds to that, but then underneath the overall soundtrack we hear a little bit of like 64-bit era sound effects from a video game. And when the camera pulls back a little bit, we see that Garm's gigantic talons, that there's an Xbox adaptive controller, and Garm is manipulating with each of the tips of the talons, and that there is a pretty sweet Hisense HD TV mounted on the cave wall. And Garm seems to be playing like Defender or something, maybe Galaga, hard to tell. Maybe it's Marvel just didn't want to pay the rights for it, but obviously maybe they made their own video game. You can download it on your phones today. But Garm is just using 2 little talons and an adaptive controller to play a video game as the 5 of you enter Garm's space. What do you do?
Oh shit! I thought you meant like big dog, like big dog.
No, like a wolf, a great wolf. Although they seem to be rather occupied, and if I'm honest, this is a little bit of a letdown. I thought, hey, you journey into hell, you beat a guardian, and between this, and I don't know if you heard, Sif gave Dazzler a lashing on the boat. Absolutely not cool. This adventure is off to the wrong foot. We need to Garm, defend your arena from us.
I don't know if. Oh boy.
Garm taps the pause button. The game pauses, and Garm lifts herself up to her height. You crick her neck a little bit. She turns, and her head is as big as Colossus, right? Like Colossus, you are, and then head. And she says, okay, fine. Let's do this. And her voice echoes, right? Her voice is delivered by someone with a very nonplussed vibe, but everything she says just echoes and bounces across the cave multiple times. The chain, so can't go far. You guys come close and I'll kill you. Can we make this quick? I've got some dailies to take care of.
Wait,
She's like really big.
Didn't the king say that Lady Sif would handle the wolf?
No, Lady Sif is...
No. I'm just here to help.
Yeah, she's an assistant, a guide.
Mm-hmm. Gotta defeat Garm.
Just because I know Torolf is less familiar with the rules, I want to point out for you that you have the option here of using your ability Alien Ways. Now, what you just did, I feel, pretty clearly falls into that, in that you decided that rather than letting the dog play video games, we should fight the giant freaking dog. So what Alien Ways does is lets you shift superior up and something
Good
down.
call.
It's not a move. It's just after you do something. It's a move, but it's not like a roll.
It is specifically that you did something that's super Asgardian and not so much the rest of Earth.
Yeah, I think I'll shift Superior up, and then I think I'll shift Savior down, actually. I think
Yeah, no, that sounds legit.
Yeah, I think because he's kind of, in a weird way, being a little bit of a bully to this wolf that just wants to game, man. Which, listen, Cody respects and understands, but he came for an adventure.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Well, dailies is cool, but you need to do your job, and you need to stop us, and we're gonna stop you. Have at thee. And I think Torolf will run at the wolf.
Awesome. And I think there's a scene of Torolf like climbing up the shank of the wolf. You don't have an axe. Like, what's the weapon that Torolf has?
Well, listen, Torolf possesses
Baby hammer?
alien weaponry. So
Yeah,
that
nice.
is some sort of Asgard. It's an Asgardian weapon. I think he has you know what? It's of course this. He has a tiny Mjolnir.
Yes.
It's not quite the powerful one. And he couldn't lift it if it was the real one. So it's just a little warhammer. And he's
If
just climbing.
thou art pretty good, thou
Yeah.
can lift this hammer.
Yeah, and Torolf actually carved that himself onto the hammer. But yeah, so he starts climbing Garm, and he puts the hammer under one armpit, and he starts, I'm gonna submit you, Hell Wolf.
Can I it's your character. I'm gonna make a suggestion. There's this busted up Mjolnir with pieces all over the place. That like most of it's come back together, right?
At this point, I think this is after.
But maybe
we're
you have
post
just
Love and Thunder.
maybe you have just like part of Mjolnir like worked into the handle or something.
I think Torolf would love that, but I don't think he has that. I think
all right,
I think he's very low down on the totem pole. Very low on the scale of
He'll earn his way up.
Heroes.
I think you're
100%
directly
you're for it.
confronting. Sorry, what would you say, Jason?
Just ignore me.
Okay, you're directly engaging a threat, Torolf. Let's see how it goes. Roll plus danger.
All right, here it comes. Hey, 10.
Nasty.
Let me check my rule book here. That's a success.
It is indeed. On a hit, you'll trade blows, and I think one of the blows, the blow that Garb does, is going to like shoulder butt you into the side of the cave. We'll determine if you want to do something about that, because you get two choices from the list. If you look on the basic moves on rows 2 and 3, or on row 3, there are 4 options you can choose. You get to choose 2 of them.
Okay, I think I will. I think I create an opportunity for my allies, and I don't think I impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. I think they do not care about. I think Garm's like, okay, this happens all the time. So I think I resist or avoid their blows.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll let Jason slide back in, and then we'll welcome back. It's okay. All you missed was the choices. So Cody chose for Torolf to resist or avoid the blows, which is smart because you would have been taking a powerful blow and creating opportunity for your allies, which means Garm's slightly distracted. Garm slams into the Nippa cave, and some stalagmites. Sorry, Rich had to do the lights right up the tights. Stalactites start to fall down. We see one stalactite like come down, and right by the TV, there's this display where we have like a Nintendo GameCube and a 64 and an original PlayStation, and it's like that like slams into them, and Garm shrieks because now she's distracted. So who would like to act upon Garm's the opportunity that you now have?
Dazzler is going to scoot for. Actually, I assume this isn't really a conducive terrain for roller skating, so I think she's.
It somehow is, because I like roller skate action.
No, I think she's in regular shoes. I think she has like her roller skates like
in a sling bag or something. I love it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And she slips forward and runs up to the game system that Garm was playing on. and
Mhm.
she like holds her finger over the pause button. So let us pause, creature, or I will unplug your game.
That's awesome. Are you been trying to provoke? Like, what do you want out of this? And then we'll work it into a move.
I guess Dazzler, Dazzler has clicked to that Garm isn't really interested in this, but Toralf wants a big battle, so we have to make Garm surrender.
Aw, that's so cute.
So it's like giving Garm an excuse to surrender and let us pass
Awesome.
without
Awesome.
further battle.
That sounds great. So you're provoking someone who's susceptible, which you got an opportunity from Torolf. So yeah, let's see you roll plus superior.
Plus superior, that's +0 right now, so that's not
Yeah.
great. And the opportunity is there's no modifier for that, right?
Correct. It just gives you the opening.
Yeah. So I roll a 5.
Okay.
So it's
So-
more potential.
We've got the team
well, hold
that we
on.
could use.
Yeah. If 2 people help and 2
Oh.
team are spent, you could push it to a 7 if you guys want.
Yeah, I mean, we have the team pool that we lost so much of it last time. We better use it.
Well,
Burn a
Let me
hole
ask-
in your virtual pocket.
I would like to ask Anders as a player, if you fail this, it means you're going to get you'll have 5 out of 5 of potential. So
Oh, yeah, that's true.
would you rather us help you make it, or do you want to keep the story going and get the potential?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's more interesting. What do you think, Cody?
I think Dazzler failing, but you know, I think it's more interesting to have your first attempt be a failure at this team thing.
Cool.
Steam
I'll
stuff
take the
sucks.
I don't think this counts as taking foolhardy action without talking to your team, right? It's not quite on that level.
I think Torf
Yeah,
beat you to it.
Yeah, that was what Torf. Because that would clear my insecure, but I don't think it's quite that. I lost the sound again.
No.
No, I
Oh,
think
it's back.
I think
Oh,
everyone is
fine.
just quiet again.
Yeah, I can hear you again.
Yay. We make
So I still have
constantly
the
make noise.
insecure, but now I have 5 potential, so I can take them.
Okay,
Right?
so you're accepting that this is a fail.
Yeah.
Awesome. That is awesome. So Garm, you come up, you like threaten it. Garm says, "Wow, you're really stupid. I already paused it." And then she bites into you and throws you back, trying to throw you out of the cave. So please take a powerful blow.
I will do that. Let's see if the dice keep rolling low or.
When you take a powerful blow, you're going to roll plus conditions marked.
All right. So that's an 8. I rolled a 7 and I have 1.
Okay. So an 8, a 7 to 9. Let's see. On a 7 to 9, choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain, but have to mark 2 conditions.
Ooh. I don't want to do the first one. Or maybe I do.
You
Yeah.
guys suck.
No, I think this is she's trying to cover up her failure. So Torolf, I gave you an opening. Go for it. Hit the wolf. Does that work with the intent of?
Sure. So I would like to see you. You're not going to take advantage of your influence. You're just trying to get him
provoke
foolhardy
him into
action.
foolhardy action, like trying to make Torolf take this on himself, basically.
That's amazing. Because Torof's already somewhat motivated for such things. That sounds amazing. I love it. So let's cut to Colossus. Actually, we haven't seen Wiccan in a bit. So Wiccan, Torof is on Garm. Garm has just not bit Dazzler in half, which maybe Garm could have done. Like, you realize that Garm could have bit Dazzler in half, probably, but instead just flung Dazzler really far away towards the mouth of the cave. What do you do?
I think he's like flying up some, trying to like wary of being within bite range, but calling out to Toro like, "Come on, buddy, you got this. It's just like a medium-sized humongous wolf. I mean, I've seen bigger, probably. They're mountains that are smaller. No, it's fine. Just you need to maybe climb a little bit faster so the rest of us don't get eaten so much." And I want to go ahead and try my burn just because so many of my flares are like reactive and helping.
Yeah, sounds good.
So
You currently have 2 conditions, so not so bad. Roll plus conditions you currently have marked. On a hit, you hold 3 burn.
All right, that's mid hit, 7 to 9.
Yeah. Okay, on a 7 to 9, mark a condition.
I don't really think it's anger or hopeless, so I guess it's insecure at the moment. As he is like staying back and not engaging directly, but I think as he like crosses his fingers and starts whispering like, "Torov can do this, Torov can do this, Torov can do this," and there's this like blue sort of nimbus that flares around Torov.
Nice. That looks awesome. Very, very cool. And now we'll check in with Colossus. We see that Torov is getting a boost up from a friend, and Sif is your +1 assistant, so don't forget that.
Yeah. He kind of looks at Sif and sighs, and he advances towards Garm, and he's like stretching his neck a little. It's like, I don't suppose we could still talk about this. And what I'm going to be doing is rolling on before we get started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I really don't think that we can talk about this. That's just my thing I'm saying. All right.
Dude, you broke my game display.
All right. Got a 9. So that's just hold 2.
Okay. You got 2 hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sif says, well, I guess.
Oh, wait, I didn't add in
test the
Sif.
arm.
I got a 10.
Oh, sweet. There you go. 2+. Hold 3. That sounds amazing. I think Sif is gonna try to punch Garm with the arm. Field testing.
Yeah.
So she like, we have the big, huge sound effect. Somebody does one of the bouges, the blah that you hear in cinematic trailers, and Garm's not defeated, but it's like dramatically moved back a little bit. So we should pause for a moment. Everybody's gone around, but let's do our team stuff. So when you enter battle as a team, kind of you have, against a dangerous foe, Garm is definitely that. Add 2 to the team pool. Look at you guys, so much 2. You're back to the 5. You bunch of whiners. All right. It was a joke. Said with love. All right. Who's the leader of this right now? Feels like Torov, but you guys tell me.
Definitely, I think Tor will step up and took the initiative.
That's fair.
Okay. So we got some questions for you, Torov. Do you have influence over every teammate?
Just a quick question. Where is there a spot where you're reading these like this?
Yes, in the basic moves. Yeah.
Okay. And then it's
Team
influencing
mechanics.
the team pool, I see. Okay. Okay.
It's all
Sorry.
good. Yeah. No. It's your first mask game. It's awesome. I love working through this. So it's orange and it's on row 19. Those are the questions I'm asking.
Okay.
So do you have influence over every team member? You have influence over Wiccan and Colossus, but not Dazzler.
Yep.
So do not add another team. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight? It feels like no.
No, does it? Yeah, I guess not.
Okay. Does any team member mistrust Torov?
No.
And then
Uh-oh. Dazzler's thinking. Okay.
do you guys feel that your team is off balance or ill prepared? I think
I mean,
like
we knew there was a giant dog here.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't talk about it really in advance, but at the same time, it's a giant dog. You either sneak by it, talk to it, or fight it, and apparently we're fighting it.
Yeah, but I think Toro's like jumping right in, maybe put you guys off balance.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take one team pool. Oh shoot, no, just one, Rich. Okay, so you're at a 4-team pool, and now we know what you guys are after, which is get past Garm and right, or look good, or everyone's got a different ideas. That's why you didn't get an extra team pool. Sweet. So Toro, being the leader, you can make for this round of goes. Garm looks like she is still playing defensively. Like her job is don't let living souls into Helheim. You happen to qualify. She is chained. And she's also pretty upset because you ruined her video game display. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think after Dazzler's kind of call out to do something and this magical blue glow flowing about Twiddle, probably just the work of the ancestors and the All Father of, truly they are blessing him. Torolf is going to take his little mini hammer, kind of put it in both hands, and then it's my personal legend activating. And Torolf is gonna grab a hold of the chain that's around Garm's neck and hit Garm with a stone cold stunner.
Oh, that's hot.
So he's gonna just jump off, fall to the ground, and try and pull Garm down to the ground and smash her head into the ground.
Oh, that's so Thorish. I love it. I'm here for this. That sounds like you're just directly engaging, right? I didn't see where you're using a particular playbook move. You're just being a badass, right?
Yeah. I'm not. There's
All
no.
right.
As far as I know, my moves are. I think I need to take some fighting moves because mine are. Yeah, they're a little bit more like I'm weird, which is fun. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. Roll plus danger.
Okay. So 2d6 plus 1. A 10.
Wow. Hey, that wow. Okay. I think you do the thing. Like you have Asgardian physique. You slam Garm into the ground with this crazy stunner move. You are trading blows and you get a couple of options. So what 2 options would you like to choose?
I think I want to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. I think this total tunner, as I'm calling it, was just really something else. And I think when it says take something from them, is this again kind of narrowly, it could mean a lot of things, or is it like
yeah,
okay.
It's very flexible.
I think then the thing Tuduf takes from Garm is Garm's mobility. I think pulling Garm down to the ground kind of almost, for lack of a better word, pins Garm. Do with that what you will, Vanguard.
That is amazing. I think the blow that you take is that in the Garm made you disappear momentarily. No, the blow that you take is that Garm, while you're down wrapping her leg in chains, she like rolls and slams into you. So you take a powerful blow. She is now immobile, like on the ground in a little chain, and needs to deal with that before she can attack anyone else. But I want you to take a powerful blow. Good luck.
Okay, I don't have any conditions marked, so it's just 2d6.
Yep, just straight up 2d6. You'll want to miss this one, so think miss.
Oh, but the thing is, Rich, I can't. I can only think success. Oh, well, there you go. 6.
It turns out that's actually a success. Mark potential. How do you stand strong?
Yeah, so Garm's rolling and then trying to smash between the wall again. And I think this time Total's ready for it. So he gets his back braced and puts his legs out. So Garm's really pushing, and it's giving him more leverage to pull on the chain.
Oh man, that's wicked. I love it. So Total, who goes next?
Next, I think, is Colossus. Colossus is marching forward. He sized up the opposition. Total has Garm completely ready for whatever is coming next, whether that's, whatever they have in mind.
I think that Colossus is just going to say, I'm sorry about this. And is going to try to maybe just knock the dog out. Like, I could stun it, but it's more or less there. We're just going to try and knock it out at this point.
Okay.
So, not something I'm great at.
No.
Oddly
Roll
enough.
plus danger.
Yeah. My danger is -1. So let's go here. Oh, I was not invested in the move, so I rolled a 2.
Whew. Oh, that's amazing. The sorry about this is just a perfect capper for that. Yeah, so you roll up, tried to take advantage of Toralf's hard work, and Sif moves in with you, so you get a 3, but it's still not successful. Do you imagine, do you think you just get a leg kick? Do you think that you land a couple blows, but you're taking a condition and not actually doing anything effective against Garm?
I'm happy to say that right after he says sorry, he brings up his fist. One of the kicks just kicks him towards the wall. And then he slams into it, and the guy slides down to it.
Slam into a wall, leave a big crater hole.
Yeah.
And can I throw in there?
Yeah.
I think as Colossus goes flying, Wiccan turns away from where he'd been watching Torolf, and the glow disappears from Torolf. He screams, "Peter, no!" And I want to try and use one of my burn to make a protective bubble around Colossus.
Oh, cool. Do it.
Shielding. So spend a burn and defend with freak.
All right, let's see how it goes.
Do one of you is the move I'm looking for, maybe?
Defend is on row 11, column B.
You, that, roll.
God, oh, wow.
10.
Awesome. On a hit, you keep them safe, and you get to choose one. You can add a team to the pool, take influence over Colossus, or you can clear a condition.
I have influence over no one. I'm going to take influence on Colossus.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Perfect person to... I see here where it says Torolf. So, hey, Torolf, did you know that Wiccan considers you like nobody?
Mark a condition.
Amazing. So Wiccan, you will save Colossus from getting slammed too hard. Maybe the crater still happens in the side of the cave, but then we see the nimbus around Colossus. You've been completely protected, like a hand just reached out to save you, Colossus. A caring hand, a moderately handsome hand. Dazzler. You see that Sif and Colossus are trying to wail on Garm as Torolf is holding Garm to the ground, and Colossus gets knocked away, but Sif is rolled up, and she's standing on top of Garm and trying to punch left hand punch with the Asgardian arm. What are you doing, Dazzler?
So Dazzler is picking herself up from being bitten and tossed around. She kind of brushes herself off and sees that her costume is kind of torn from the teeth, and this on top of the Sif's less than delicate handling, maybe, or her own reaction to that means she is pissed now. So, and this is not smart, but she's going to like while we see all the fighting going on and Colossus getting thrown, she's like marching up towards Garm, and when she gets there, she just shouts at Garm, "You tore my costume!" And she's going to blast right in the eyes of the wolf with all the light she can muster, and she's, I think that's directly engage a threat.
Okay, so it's not
Fortunately.
time for a show. You're just wailing.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
amazing. I love it. Roll plus
No,
danger.
This is not her trying to be flashy. She's just angry and
You are
trying
bad
to.
at this. I applaud
Yeah,
you.
yeah, it's terrible, but so that's with a -1.
Yeah.
I get a 6, and now I'm going to use the. This is perfect because I get to use the move I just picked.
I see it.
Because I took what team from the delinquent playbook, so I can use when I use team selfishly, which I can do now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use one team to push me up to a 7, and then I get to clear condition or mark potential.
So the way you use team selfishly is actually by shifting your labels.
Oh,
You
okay.
get the +1 by shifting your labels.
Cool. So it still costs the team, right?
Yes.
Yes, it still costs a team.
Yeah, yeah.
But
my
effectively,
danger
what you're
goes up
doing
to
is giving yourself a danger of 0
Yeah.
instead of. Thank
Danger
you,
drops
Patrick,
to
for that.
0, and I think this is Savior drop.
Appropriate.
Yeah. So that brings me to a 7. And I get to, what's it? Clear condition or mark potential. Yeah, I'm going to clear insecure.
There you go. That's good stuff. So on a 7 to 9, you're going to trade blows, but you get to pick one. Resist or avoid their blows, which means you'll land a blow, but you resist Garm hitting you back. You can take something from Garm, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten Garm.
Oof. This is a hard choice. I'm not going to resist or avoid.
Okay.
I guess like take something from them by blinding them, like they can see
I love
anymore.
that.
Or that could be create an opportunity, but that's the end result either way.
I like it. Yeah, you take her sight, and I think, what is the blow that you? Yeah. Hopefully, this does not keep Toro from feeling like an awesome badass that he is. But Garm's going to say, Garm's blow that she lands is you blind her. She whimpers for a second and says, "God, guys are the worst." And I think she's going to try to make you feel guilty. So she is an adult, and she's trying to inflict a condition on you.
Is that something that just happens, or
you can reject her influence?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to try, please.
Go ahead and roll. On a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune her out.
And that's just a flat, right?
Yes, it is. Unless you're a delinquent, then you get bonuses.
I'm not. I get a 6.
Yep. So you'll be marking a condition, and she's going to shift your labels. So you do get a potential for that. And she's trying to make you feel guilty. So unless you think there's a different interpretation that you have for it, we'll just have that as the condition you take. Yeah. And she's... what is she going to do? I'm not going to move your danger because you just moved it. So she's upping your mundane. She's being mean. Rich is being mean through Garm. And she's going to lower your superior to a -1. There we go. Awesome. So you do that. She's blinded. She's being held by Torolf. She's chained. Sif is punching on the side of her neck with her Asgardian arm. And then Garm says, okay, fine, just go. Just go then. I don't even care. What do you do, Torolf?
Torolf will like keep tension on the chain and then call out, "That's right, Garm! Submit before the Vanguard! Move on,
Yeah.
Vanguard, we've won."
Submit to your stupid Vanguard. Guess suck.
Oh, we suck. We suck evil like you out from the world.
Dude, Torolf,
What?
that's not working like you think it's working.
I think it's working. I don't. Garm's submitting. Garm's not even making. Garm's speechless.
Okay. We'll work on your smack talk later. Okay, it's just right now. Be just
Okay, yes, we'll move, Billy. I trust you.
Okay. So do you guys just walk on through and enter Helheim?
Yeah, the Colossus like it was nice to meet you.
I can't say the
Sorry
same.
about yeah, well,
Broke my display, man. Just go. God.
I think as Torolf climbs over Garm, he pats Garm's side. And he's like, "It really was great to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I'm sorry about the TV."
That's fine. I'll figure it out.
okay. Billy feels guilty now. The wolf seems very sad. I'd like to try and fix her displays.
Oh, sweet. Put some things back up and Garm looks. Okay.
And I think he wants to. I want to use magic. He's like chanting, "Badass arcade, badass arcade, badass arcade."
Oh man, this is so cool. Wicked is the best. I think you're unleashing your powers, right?
Yeah.
All right. You're good at that. It'll be fine.
I'm 7 at that.
Okay. So yeah, you can either mark a condition or this effect will be unstable or temporary.
Oh, they're both tempting.
I know. They are. 4th condition though. Whoa.
I think the effect is unstable. I'm curious as to what that would mean.
Yeah, I think Do we think it's enough of it unstable that like you had to unplug the TV, so she lost all her progress, but everything else is fixed. Is that fair?
Oh yeah, it like wipes all the systems to like factory settings.
Yeah, exactly.
What if it's
Everything
it's
is-
unstable enough that it does the but you have to reset.
yeah.
So all
Yeah.
the progress is lost, but it's cooler, but you do lose everything you've done.
Yeah, she
Yeah, I
lost
don't think-
everything.
I think while we're like partway down the tunnel, all of a sudden there's a scream and go, "My God!"
Like, oh, man.
Professor,
My
you guys move
achievements.
faster.
It's 728 hours on Ragnarok, man. Cool. So then you guys can walk forward into Helheim. If you go to the places tab, I now reveal unto you Helheim. I found some pretty cool pictures of Helheim. Hopefully that will help. And then Sif is gonna read some box text for you. It's real short.
Oh yeah, love it.
Hell is an emotion. Hell's repetition. It's reward or punishment based on the life you lived and the deeds that you did. This whole place is fueled by the past. Hell is your greatest hits, your biggest failings. So you have entered a region of Niflheim, one of the 9 realms, one of the many realms of death across the cosmos, the final resting place for the dead for the 9 realms, presided over the fearsome goddess Hela. It is massive. It is a huge CGI extravaganza. And as the 5 of you stand crossing that threshold, you see the fjord, and there's a Viking longboat with a bunch of Einherjar. That's arcade. Sorry. There's a bunch of Einherjar who are rowing and heading towards some gleaming city of the dead. Sif, being your guide, after she does her box text, she says, if we are bound to free Scourge, there is one way I know that we can do this. There are 3 trials written into the heart of hell itself. If a soul can bear all 3, they can gain power enough to even challenge the goddess of the dead. Or we can simply ask Hela.
Oh, do you think that would work?
No,
Oh.
she's still pretty sore about Surtur destroying Asgard, the place, not the people. Because Asgard are a people, she says as she points with gold finger and regular finger to you, Torolf.
That's right. We're a people, not a place. It can be
Exactly.
both. It can be many things.
It's, flexible. Multitudes.
Well, trials it is then.
Trials? We're gonna do the trials. We're gonna do the trials. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Excellent.
But we don't even have a lawyer with us.
It's not like Dazzler. It's not like that show, that the TV with the Titania and the Green Woman. It's not like that. Not that kind of thing.
Then we have a smash cut to the law offices of Murdoch, Nelson, and Page. And Matt Murdoch looks up for a moment, and Foggy says, "Matt, you okay?" I feel like somebody needs our help. It cuts back to you guys. Sorry, I just wanted a cameo of Matt Murdock because he's just the best. He's the gitchiest. Sweet. So the trials, you guys are welcome to take the trials. Sif informs you that the first trial is a trial. It's in the law. Sorry, I just saw the chat. That's great. The first trial is fear. And so this is the part where we start to get a little experimental. It gets even more experimental as we go. But the 5 of you are ready to submit, and Sif will look to you, Colossus, and say, it seems like you're generally in charge here normally, except when giant wolves are involved. So you need to demand the trials. You can demand it of hell itself. It's written into hell. So you probably don't want to announce this to Hela. Maybe we'll get a jump on her if we're lucky.
Very well.
So how is it that you demand a trial? You demand the 3 trials of hell itself, Colossus.
So I guess I kind of been trying to take a cue from Dazzler and Torolf, and like they seem to have the grasp of things. And I will advance on the magma. And I'll just like scoop up a hand of it and hold it up so I get a creepy lighting and go, I, Peter Rasputin, known as Colossus, demand the trials of hell for the Vanguard.
Oh, sweet. And then we hear a crack of thunder and a rumble. And Peter, you blink and you're back home. And I am now double checking. Sweet. So you're back home and you are no longer in your metal body. You see your young sister Ilyana, and there's a harvester that is rushing towards her. She's fallen in the fields. And you see that you've been tied down, that there are hands of the dead holding you, making you watch as this harvester heads to roll over and kill your sister. What do you do?
Well, it does not matter what they rip off of me. I will do my best to get free to get to her.
Awesome. I would like to see you unleash your powers.
All right, then. I think I roll flat for unleash. Yeah.
Yeah, you're rolling plus freak.
Yeah. I will 100% spend a team on that.
Nice. It's going to selfishly spend a team and up your
yeah,
danger for that.
So I'm going to have to shift some things around. We'll bring danger up to flat. And we will bring... Oof. What am I saying goes down for that? Well, I don't love lowering my superior, but I think it's the only thing that makes sense here.
Now, part of acting selfishly is you need to say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates.
Is my team here in any way?
They are and they are not. They are not physically here, but you are all part of the trial.
Sure. I am 100% ignoring them and acting like I alone am the person who could do this.
Nice. Nice. So in unleashing your powers, on a 7, you do it. But either this will be unstable or temporary, or you have to mark a condition. And I'm telling you that because this is a trial of fear, that your only option for a condition is to mark afraid.
Sure. I'll do that.
You'll mark afraid to do this? To
100% okay with saying that he would be afraid of specifically of losing his sister. Like, again, for harm to Colossus is irrelevant. Harm to people he cares about. That's
you
fear.
rip through the Einherjar, their fingers dig in, so you have all these like claw marks on your bare skin. You rush forward, and then the now merges with the memory as, for the first time, young Peter transforms into your gigantic Colossus body, and you stop the harvester, and you keep her safe. Wiccan.
Hello.
Yeah. So you find yourself in a place that Rich just spaced on the name. What is the town from WandaVision? Damn it. I'm so
East. It's in the NPCs.
Eastview?
Westview, New Jersey.
Dang it. I knew it. I had a 50-50 shot on directions. I knew it. Dang it. I knew I blows it. Yes, thank you. She is from Westview, New Jersey. You're in Westview, New Jersey. And you see a younger version of yourself, but it's not you. It's like the you from another dimension, because you've never been in this space, but there's your mother and your brother and you, and you're very, very young, and you're sitting in your bedroom. Evidently, you guys had twin beds that you shared in the same room with this lovely moonlight coming in, and your mother says, I feel like I need to give you up. I think holding you here is breaking the world.
What?
I know that I want the two of you and love you so very much. Am I just being selfish? Putting so many people through this torture to have what I want? Yes, I could take it. But is it right?
What do you mean, Mom? I don't want you to. I want to stay with you.
And in that moment, you find yourself no longer young adult Billy, but very young Billy, sitting in the bed, looking up at your mother as tears stream down her face. And she says, I'll always, you'll always be part of me. I think I have to let you go, Billy. Do you understand?
No, I don't. What do you mean? Me and Tommy? Why?
Because it's breaking the world to hold you here. It's not real. You're not real. She reaches her hands for your shoulder and over to Tommy's shoulder, and you feel yourself start to dissipate, to become nothing. What do you do?
I think he like leaps forward to throw his arms around her neck, and he just whispers over and over into her ear, I wish I could find you. I wish I could find you. I wish I could find you.
That's awesome. Unleash your powers.
Y'all.
Rolling plus freak, which
Jesus.
you're super freaky.
14.
Wow. Oh.
What is happening?
Oh man. Just don't ever roll again after this game. This game loves Wiccan. Okay. Okay. What does that look like? So you have successfully, perfectly reshaped your environment. I think what happens is you peel back this unreality of hell trying to torture you with not your memories, but the memories of a Wiccan that once was, that existed in another multiverse, in another universe. And you see that this isn't your mother. This isn't Tommy. This isn't you. You hold true to yourself. And I think you don't have to take a condition. And you realize that here in hell, your mother is not here. And you can mark potential. You have passed the trial with flying colors. Torolf. First thing that you see is a flaming sword 100 stories tall, flying through the air, held by the giant Surtur as he stabs it into the heart of the city of Asgard. You're younger than you are now. What was it, 5 years ago, I believe, in MCU timeline? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Torolf's probably like young teens, just on the edge of becoming a teenager. Who's with you witnessing this as your world is being broken before you escape?
It's his older cousins.
Where are your parents, Torolf?
His parents, his cousin's parents, one of his other cousins, they all fell fighting against Hela.
A multitude that fought against Hela, that rebelled, that the berserkers, so the ancient Einherjar, controlled by Hela, destroyed. It's you and your cousins, the last legacy of the family saved by Thor eons ago. Your cousins, they're arming themselves. They're going to fight Surtur, defeat him. They don't know where Thor is. It's chaos in the streets. People are running. There's no one here to save you. There are rumors the Fenris is guarding the Rainbow Bridge. And your older cousins, they all say, Torolf, go hide. We need someone to survive. You're the weakest of us. Go and hide. You're young. What do you do?
Torolf is the weakest of them because his cousins they're grown. They're so strong. They've proven themselves.
They're men.
They're men.
You are but a boy.
But Torolf, if Surtur's going to plunge his sword into Asgard, then Ragnarok is here. And there's no better time to get into Valhalla so that you may fight on the side of Odin and all the gods forever. I think Torolf pauses for a beat. His cousins go, and then Torolf looks for a dagger, a shard of metal, something to chase after them because he wants to fight Surtur too. Or at the very least, he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to live through this without any more of his family. So he'd rather join them in Valhalla.
Nice, nice. And so you look and you find the closest thing you can find to a weapon is a shard of long glass. You'll cut your own hands to wield it. You're going to die anyway. You start to chase after your cousins, and then you hear the crack as the ground breaks underneath you and a house starts to fall, one of the beautiful golden spires. And you see your beloved, Hilda, younger, like you. And the spire's about to fall on her. You have a choice, Torolf. You can join your cousins in oblivion, in dying in battle, in going to Valhalla. Or you can save Hilda, who will die ignominiously, who will end up in Helheim because you took no action to save her. What do you do?
Torolf saves her. He saves her.
Please roll to defend.
Roll to defend. Ooh. All right. My savior is -1 right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
People have been messing with those stats. those labels of yours. You could spend your team selfishly and give yourself a savior of 0.
Rudolph doesn't need it. He knows he's done it before, and he'll do it again, and he'll do it every time he lives this dream.
Just a warning, someone just rolled boxcars. Just letting you know.
Destiny is all.
Oh! Oh!
Can we spend team?
You guys are witnessing, but you're not physically there, which
Yeah,
means,
can't
yes,
communicate,
you could.
or-
You could if you want to burn through that team.
I will burn through that team.
Talking meta,
Yeah,
this is the first trial.
Yeah.
Just
that's
so we're aware.
It's all good.
Total fails. Total fails. He's fails. That's fine.
Come on.
Oh, yes.
He'll
How
get
much,
there.
how much team we got left? We've got 2 team. We can do this.
Could. Cody, you're okay. You accept the failure.
I accept the failure.
All right.
5. Listen, that's a bad roll, and it's no. I'm
Okay.
very content with it.
Mark potential. You try to run forward to save Hilda. No weapon in her hand, no fight in her soul, but you are too slow. And you witness as the spire crashes down. And you see her last moments. You rush through, move the rubble aside. Your arms. And I believe that this fills you here. Because you had to drop that piece of glass. You hear your cousins give out their final war cries, and you have nothing to fight with, and you are going to die. Please mark the afraid condition. Dazzler, you're standing behind a curtain looking out onto a stage. Titania is performing. The crowd is losing their minds. There are jumbotrons above Titania, focusing on every movement, every dance move. The speakers carry every note that she sings. And you realize here in the shadows, away from the stage, she's so much better at this than you are. You could just turn and walk away right now. Skulk away. She's certainly not your opening act. What do you do?
Hmm. Oh, you're so mean. I love it.
Thank you.
um, think I think what she does is she understands that she can't beat Titania at her game, but she can play a different game.
Ooh.
So, and I think how it manifests in this situation is that she does slink out from backstage, but she sneaks out into the audience, and she starts like talking to the audience, like one-on-one, like directly interacting with them, and yeah, trying to win them over that way.
Ooh, using your personality, which you actually have a
Yeah,
way better personality than Titania does. She's
that's
all
not.
gloss, she's all veneer.
Yeah, it's not a high bar to clear, but yeah.
Okay. I think, let's see, what are we engaging here? Are you're not putting on a flamboyant display.
No.
If she's trying to relate to them as people, that's a role of mundane.
It
To
does feel
comfort
like a
and
role.
support, maybe.
Ooh, interesting. But you're also trying to provoke them to do what you want, right? You're trying to pull them to you.
No, I think this is really her trying to relate to, because Titania
Ooh,
is
interesting.
all at this point. Titania is all show. She's sending, but
Mhm.
Dazzler is trying to communicate and have a genuine connection.
Okay, I buy it. That sounds good to me. Let's have you roll the comfort or support.
So with all the things that's been going on, my mundane has moved from a -2 to a +1. So
Crazy. Who would do such a thing?
and I get a 5.
A 5. Yeah.
I really want to help Dazzler. This keeps happening.
Getting so many XP, you guys.
Oh, I know it. 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 Oh, okay. So are you there's 2 team in there. If the team wanted to, there could be some help finagled. How do you feel about this? Do you accept the failure? Like, does this just
Well, meta-wise, what happens if 2 of us fail the trial?
Yeah, is that was my
Hmm.
question, was going to be, do we understand it as so long as one of us is passing through the trial, the group is passing, or
As
is it
long
like,
as one passes through the trial, you will continue, but only they will continue.
only the
Oh,
person who passes will continue?
Does that feel fair? Like, we could also, I could come
I
up
mean,
with a
it does
different.
mean that you just cut out Toro from like an hour of content because he won't be in the next 2 trials.
That's
if that's the
true.
case.
So then, what would that be another punishment? That makes sense, because that's a really good point. I don't know if I want to go with that.
Maybe we should, like, knowing that there will be a punishment for failure, but we can all progress. Maybe we just go with that, and then we can wrap up the session here in a little bit. We can stew on it because we're pretty close to the time, anyways.
Yeah, that feels good to me.
Yeah.
Are you guys cool with that?
Sure.
yeah.
But now, do we want Dazzler to fail or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so a failure should be a hard move, which would be an additional condition, I guess. But
Potentially, yeah.
I mean, it could be that only the ones who succeed, like the ones who fail, they don't continue with the trial, but they get to participate they get to help the people who are still in it.
Yeah, that way everyone's still engaged. That's
I don't
interesting.
know. I just wanted to throw it out there. We don't need to decide right now, but yeah, I'm fine with Dazzler failing. I'm fine with her succeeding. So I think this is partly a tactical game mechanical thing. Do we want to spend all the team on that?
I'll be honest, between the 2, I was much more inclined to spend all the team on saving a little girl than on a popularity contest.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I fail.
Okay,
That's
you fail.
more potential for me, I guess.
It is so much potential. You're filled with potential. So great. And you try to reach out to these people, and when they turn to look at you, it's only for a fleeting moment. There's a girl who's wearing a titania wig, and she looks and she says, "Who are you?" And you, unfortunately, because this is one of your worst fears, need to mark a condition. You will be marking afraid. And there is another crack of thunder. The four of you with Sif as your guide. She is not participating in the trial. She is not the team. She is there to help. You stand at the gates to a gigantic palace. You can see it. There's a skull at the top. It's very gray skull. It's very Castle Grayskull. And Hela is aware of you now. You see her finger-like crown, and she stands in the mouth of the skull and looks down at you in her beautiful, resplendent green. You think you can challenge the goddess of the dead? The first trial was fear. If you want to go through, if you want to get to the second trial, you have to pay. You have to pay with a memory, which will become mine and yours never again. So, this is again where we get into the experimental phase. This is my thought on how you give up a memory. If you choose for your character to continue forward in the trial, you're welcome to. You will nominate another player who will devise a memory with your consultation if they wish. That is no longer yours.
Patrick 100% gets to devise what memory Colossus is losing.
And then we'll figure out which condition you take from that loss. So.
That was good.
Oh, Billy, Wiccan, as you sift through Colossus's life, you can choose a memory that has been set on screen that exists in the comics, or you can make one up whole cloth. But it will inflict a condition on Colossus, no matter what memory you choose. Go big.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you a moment to think. Will Dazzler continue forward and give up a memory?
I don't think so. I think she's out of it now. There's seeing that. I mean, I'm not sure if it's her worst fear, like deep down.
Sure.
But it's definitely her worst, like, conscious fear. So I think she doesn't really care about Scourge and all this stuff they're doing anyway. So no, she's not going to give up anything to this scary hell goddess. Who knows what she could do with it? So.
Horuf, do you continue forward on the trial, which is, this may be the most epic thing you've partaken. So there is that.
But I have already failed the first trial. This is not my trial, Colossus. It is yours. You summoned it. I will come back I will pass these trials 3 and I will lay Hela low for her evil. I will not give Hela another damned thing. She has already taken too much from me.
Awesome. Ooh. Ooh, Hela angrily yanks at the chain and pulls Scourge forward. You see that he has a collar around his neck. She drags him down and puts a foot on his shoulder. Pushes him to the ground. You will be my plaything soon, young one. And then what of Wiccan? Would Wiccan choose to continue in the trial?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Who do you choose for your memory?
Let's give it back to Colossus.
Nice.
Low. That's
So I think just to be wildly hurtful and given the themes of the session.
Yeah.
I think Colossus loses memory of what it feels like to be held by his mother. There's like this element of emotional distance in his memories now when he thinks about her.
Jason, what condition do you think is inflicted on Colossus as that is pulled away from you?
I had come up with that before, and that was, by the way, very hard to say with your child sitting in your lap.
Perfect timing.
I think it's either hopeless or insecure. You know what? I'm going to go with hopeless on account of, from a Colossus perspective, he's not insecure. He's just, if I die, I die. You know, Colossus is going to be like, I am atheist, and advance forward.
Okay. What is the memory that Wiccan sacrifices to Hela?
So there's, obviously his youth is on his mind. There's the spinning things. There's all the things that his mom tried to give him to make it be the youth that she never had, the youth that she wanted for the kids that she wanted to have. And one of the most essential parts of that was a dog. But that dog's gone now. Doesn't remember at all. Knows that there was another presence in that childhood.
What's the dog's name, Patrick?
I would have to Google that because it was on the show.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's amazing.
Yep. Agatha kills the dog in the show.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Sparky.
Yes, that's the dog's name.
Sparky.
Yep. So.
Oh, cute little mutt. Oh, yes, I remember now.
So there's like everything that was the innocence of that childhood, the playing and the petting the puppy. It's gone.
What condition do you think? Yeah.
My conditions. I think that also fits with hopeless.
Nice. So if you're feeling hopeless, continue forward in the trial, and Hela laughs. Delicious. And now she's holding Sparky, and you don't even recognize the dog, Wiccan. The first trial was fear. The second is chaos. Thunder cracks, and then that is where we will end today's session.
Oh snap! Wicked should be really good at that one.
Should be.
I'm
Okay.
great at this, guys. I got this.
What? It's just fine. What? The trial is like hardly. It's hardly barely an inconvenience. Sorry, that's the pitch. All right. At the end of every session, you will choose to grow closer, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team. Let's start with Dazzler. I'm really curious how this one goes.
She has definitely not grown into her image of herself. I think she's grown away from the team. We're doing this stupid quest that nobody wants us to do, and it's miserable and everything's bad.
Yup. It's
So
terrible.
what's the effect of that?
Yes. So sorry, I moved away from it. So if you grow away from the team, explain why you feel detached, take influence over you away from another character.
Who has influence over?
The influence is
Yeah.
Colossus.
Yeah, I guess Colossus loses influence over me. He's leading us into hell, literally. I mean,
This is amazing, and I love it so far. This is so good. So let's go to Torolf. Did you grow closer, grow away, or grow into your own image of yourself?
Well, if you'd asked me a half hour ago, I think he felt very different. I think choose one, close to the team. Okay. Definitely not into my own image of self. That fell away pretty hard. Yeah, I think grow away from the team. Explain why you feel detached. Yeah, I think it, like you said, this is the most epic thing Total could do, and he failed on the first step, and that I think that shakes him real far from everything. So take the influence over you away from another character. I think I'll take it away from Colossus. I think Wiccan and Dazzler still have their influence over him.
Ooh, this is harsh. Okay, next up is Colossus.
I'm gonna say closer to the team from Wiccan's save before.
Nice.
Colossus
Wiccan.
would probably have been okay anyway, but it was still real fast reaction, and it's the kind of thing that he had been saying he wanted to see we can do more of. So
Perfect. Wiccan, you already had influence over Colossus, I believe. So you get to move one of his labels up and another label down.
Yeah.
I think I should mention, you if you really wanted to, you could mess with my soldier label as well.
Oh, true.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I do want to move your soldier label down one. Let's move danger up. I think Wiccan really relies on Colossus for being a front line, being someone that can protect them, and I think he's been getting too tied up in what he sees as his responsibilities to other people.
Ooh. Cool. And then Wiccan.
I also would have answered differently a half hour ago, but I think this is him growing into his own image of himself. I think after that vision, he's sort of reassessing the gallivanting, drinking, partying, getting involved in museum heists. None of that is what he told himself he's here to do. Like he's here for his family. He's here to fix things, and he's not really doing that.
Nice.
I'll level up.
I mean,
another
not
tab.
nice, it's sad, but good job.
I'm gonna shift Savior up one, Mundane down.
Okay. Whew. Hey, then that ends the mechanics of our game, and now we'll move into stars and wishes, our post game feedback. Does anyone need to go first? Because we've got 6 minutes, and sometimes we run a little. Okay, cool. We'll start with
might
wishes.
Be better. Yeah, it might be better if I don't let my daughter be without attention for too long. So
Sure. Why don't you go first, then, Jason? Give us your stars and wishes, and then if you need to duck out, then duck out whenever you need to. Okay.
sure. You want to do wishes first?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So if we had established stakes earlier, I would 100% have burned through the team pool to save that little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that is that because I did this while we were playing, I earned a move. The move I got would have let me spend both team pool and then give a +2 instead. But I think that's a matter of us just not talking through it too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's also it was a rough day for Colossus. He got hit a lot, didn't get a lot done. but that's okay. He had a real good day last time. But yeah, I think the clear stakes, especially when we're doing experimental stuff, might be a good thing to establish.
That's fair. Yeah.
Stars. I'm pro experimental stuff actually, and I'm pro, like, the thing I love about Mask is exploring emotional relationships. So I'm keen on what we're doing. I'm keen on how you're doing it, and I think it's very different from most Mask games that I've either run or played in, and I really appreciate that.
Cool. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Who'd like to go next with wishes? And if at any point, Jason, you need to duck, go ahead and go take care of the little one.
I'll go.
Okay.
So wishes. I also am super into this experimental Helheim story. I want to see where the next 2 rounds go. But as a very specific wish for, like, after we get back, for my advancement, I took my moment of truth. And I just have a particularly terrible idea for that, which was heavily reinforced by the scene with the mom and Tommy, of, like, I have no grounding. He has no, like, connection in this world. So I want to use my moment of truth to fix Agatha. Like, he can, I think with this opening, his moment of truth, his universal awareness, he'll be able to feel that something was done to her, that she's not right, but she could be again.
You're going to free her from Westview? That is amazing.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
You, the player,
I
have
want
decided
it so much
to make the Coven of Witches series happen. I love this. That's great.
Stars, this whole session was cool. I loved our time in New Asgard. I'm so happy you're back, Cody. I loved getting to see, like, Toro full on, not just little bits and glimpses like we saw in character creation. He was delightful. I love the whole extended family complication. And Rich, Valkyrie was perfect. Like, she was so good. And then this like I said, this whole trip through the underworld has been intense and neat. I look forward to it. And Dazzler, I like seeing her continue to like struggle with this stuff. We had a sort of like bounce towards last time of like, oh, Dazzler's really like leaning into this team thing. She's becoming a part of stuff. And then this session, it just like, oh no, a couple things went wrong. We took her out of her comfort zone. There's no Wi-Fi, and suddenly she's like moody and not really engaging with us as much anymore. So I'm enjoying seeing the struggles of Dazzler trying to decide like what sort of hero she wants to be, whether she likes this team thing or whether she really just needs to be a solo act.
Nice. That's wonderful, Patrick. Really like that. Okay. Undish or Cody?
I can go. My main wish is kind of related to what Patrick said. I hope that the team kind of comes back together and has a big moment together. If it doesn't happen, that's fine too. But my heart needs it after all this, all the brutal stuff today. So yeah. And this was a super fun session. I had so much fun. Both with New Asgard was haha fun, and this was this bit in hell was the other kind of fun. I just wrote down a couple of things. The constant dunking on Torulf in New Asgard was just so much fun, and Cody leading into it was hilarious. Colossus's spreadsheet, and they when they start to talk about that was hilarious. And and yeah, it's sort of it sounds normal to me when we were going into taking the ship into hell. And for Patrick gets the emotional one. I wish I could find you. That was so good. That gave me genuine chills. So yeah,
That was really, really good.
yeah, those are mine.
Excellent. Big Undish. Appreciate it. Cody. Bring us
Yeah,
home.
man. Okay, wishes. More of this. Holy crap, this is so damn fun. That'll lead more to my stars. But I would wish more. This was having it split, like the first chunk in Asgard was like so fun, and then having this kind of having an in-universe like structural reason why we kind of got to be silly and normal like role-playing game silliness is like, yeah, it's like kind of that's how the vibe is there. So that was very fun. I really like that. And then going into hell, doing the super, like using our moves and being superheroes, it really felt very comic booky. It was a lot of fun. So I just wish for more of that. Also, hey, I wish to gain the power of the trials and to challenge Hela herself. I don't know that that's going to happen in this session, but maybe in a future one, Torolf can get vengeance on Hela. Which is just leading to my stars. I'll jump right into it. Rich, this game is a fucking blast. This felt like so much of a comic book romp, especially in the cave. I loved it. I personally am a sucker for Thor in particular. So going through all the realm stuff, it's just been so fun. Like I have decades of comic books of Thor that I've read, and I'm just like, yes, this is everything I want. Similarly, I don't know if I've ever had a character in any of our games, in any games that I've jumped into so fast and felt such investment for and plans for the future. Like usually I'm playing them. I'm like, yeah, next session, maybe I'll do this. But I never think like my character will have a life after this. It's kind of like, let's get through the story. And then maybe here's what they would do. Like failing this first trial, I'm already like, okay, Torolf is coming back. Like, and it's all because you asked me a single question in Slack where you're like, hey, I noticed you didn't mention your parents. What happened to them? And it's like, oh, you're absolutely right. Hela killed them and he needs to get vengeance. Like this needs to happen.
Yes.
So it's just like a big old star for you for like, no, it's like gardening. You know exactly where to prune and trim to be like, this thing's going to grow. And so big star to that. Anders, big star. The recap of events from Dazzler's point of view fucking killed me. It was so funny and so like great character work, just perfect.
Yeah.
Jason, you're not here, but man, the description of demanding the trials of hell was hella sick. Also, catching moves that I could have been using but didn't know because I've never played the damn game. Like very, very helpful to point out like, hey, what you're doing is this. Very appreciated. Patrick, Great work as Billy, texting with Agatha, the D&D combo with King Valkyrie, the mead drunkenness, like such fun. The game was so fun. It was insane. These trials, this is a great angle. Like, yeah, man, what a game. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Big stars for everyone.
Excellent. I'm loving this game. I love that we were able to hit two completely different poles for tone, and I'm really happy that you guys were along for the ride and nobody balked at it, and everyone was giving in the experimental. I'm doing something that maybe I don't know, it could have been better. Like maybe I should have talked to an actual game designer or something, but we made it work. And totally agree, Jason. Putting forth the stakes more clearly at the outset could have helped you from a more tactical, strategic perspective make those choices. But I don't know. So sorry, was a response to text. I can't wait till the next. My plan is that hopefully, like the Helheim stuff is done next session, because I don't want a whole game of you guys in Helheim and a bunch of torture and all that badness. But I am really happy that this was a crucible for several characters. I'm really pleased that at least half of the group said, I'm out. This is not worth it for me, because that attrition makes it feel more painful and interesting to me for the ones that carry forward. I'm also really pleased that it's Colossus and Wiccan. Colossus, who is like, oh, I don't care what you strip away from me. I'm going to do the thing I set forth to do. And Wiccan, who's actually, until the dog thing, kind of kicked a lot of ass in this trial with a 14 for the roll. So it totally makes sense. And I'm just here for this. You guys have made this so much more fun and interesting than I had these notions and these ideas, and it's great. It's great. I can't wait till more, but I definitely want to make sure that like that just ends at next session for good or for ill, so we can carry forward with some more wild, rambunctious action and Titania fights and stuff like that. So thank you all.
And Rich,
yeah.
I just want to throw in a quick bonus star because you were talking about the tonal shift. And I think first you talking about like, okay, we're going into hell, things are going to shift, but having that scene with the wolf was a really great transitional scene, because it still carried some of the comedy of the first part, but started to introduce the like danger and seriousness. So it wasn't like we go straight from drunken antics to, oh, now we have to be serious and cry. Like it was a nice transitional arc through the emotions.
Thank you. I tried really hard to make that cave feel like a liminal space and transition point, and I started off a little comedic with Garm, but then it ends on the tragic thing. And I love that it's here. Your bonus star gives me a bonus star. The Wiccan's like, no, I'm still gonna help. I'm gonna fix your like game stuff, and the mechanics helped us there by making that a mixed success, and that being a like, yeah, it's a little bit of a Pyrrhic victory. That's cool. I just really dug that. That was fun. I'm glad you liked it too. Awesome. I will bring the recording to a close at this point. Thank you all so much, and we'll be playing next week. See you guys.